領域展開
Daredevil Born Again review. Gonna be doing some incline bench. I'm also gonna be blindfolded because I am Daredevil, right? You guys gotta spot me, alright? Because I actually might miss the rack. Please help me. Daredevil was my favorite Marvel Netflix show, so I was really excited for it to come to Disney Plus and kind of be part of the MCU. Okay, we lived. Daredevil's one of my favorite Marvel characters in general. I've always been a fan of the more street level conflicts. I really hope I don't break my saxophone. I'm gonna say this right off the bat. It's still probably my favorite Disney Plus show for Marvel, but I'm very mixed on it, okay? Here's why. So the show starts off, and I'm gonna talk spoilers immediately because I kind of have to. It's filmed in a very artsy way, I would say. Basically straight away, Bullseye comes up, pulls up in the gang, kills Foggy, who's his best friend, right? And then Matt basically tries to kill him, and then to his knowledge, Foggy's dead, Bullseye's in prison, that's kind of it, and he kind of hangs up the Daredevil persona. And obviously, as a Daredevil fan, I'm like, don't do this. I'm a fan, okay? And at the same time, Fisk, big old Kingpin, is running for mayor, which I think is quite cool. I like that storyline. Where's my sax? Where's my sax? And then episode 2, we've had the time skip. And now Matt's decided to pick up this case with this guy called Hector Ayala, who's the White Tiger. I didn't know this character, but he's another enhanced individual, right? And it's a pretty unwinnable case because they're going up against cops who are corrupt cops. Like, we as the audience see what happens, and he was just trying to save some guy, but he ended up accidentally killing a cop. Whatever, I guess. Okay? Whatever. And then that's kind of the plot for the second and third episode. And Matt does win the case. Okay, again, spoilers. I think I'm just gonna talk a hell of spoilers in this episode. Sorry, guys. Matt's client hacked up, just straight up gets shot after getting freed as an innocent man. I feel like this is happening when I'm blindfolded for some reason, even though it's not. And the shell of the guy that killed him had the Punisher shell. You know Punisher? He was also on Netflix. He's also a cool guy, but he's more morally grey. And at the same time, Fisk has won the mayorship, so it's quite a bit going on there. And this is up to the third episode, all right? And then this is where I kind of lose it a bit, right? So from here, Matt's also got this new girlfriend who was set up by one of his colleagues, and she's a therapist who's also doing therapy for Fisk and his wife, who I did not mention, but Fisk's wife had been running the whole operation while Fisk was like AFK doing the other Marvel shows that were frankly not as good as this one. I hate to do it, guys. I gotta have to take it off. I've borrowed this from my missus, and if I get it sweaty, I think Kingpin is the least of my worries, if you know what I mean, guys. But now, from episodes 3 to like 6 out of 9, by the way, there's a new enemy called Muse, and Matt's still given up on Daredevil. Like, he doesn't want to be that guy anymore. But Muse is basically this mass killer who uses blood and artwork. Okay, and it reaches a point where Matt is basically forced to act. And then finally, after like 6 episodes, we get Daredevil again. Like, he's actually Daredevil. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy Matt Murdock as a character, but I'm watching Daredevil mainly for Daredevil, and I don't think that's criminal. I think that's a justified thought to have. And then finally, I believe the last 2 episodes were very good, especially the last episode. Bullseye is basically the main antagonist again, with Fisk, with Daredevil back in action, fighting them all again. It's hype. I'm not gonna spoil the last 2 episodes because I actually think it was like a really good payoff for like that middle section. But it came back in the end. Again, I've said this before, my gripe with shit like this is they definitely were just setting this season up for a second season with Kingpin in his like peak of his power back as mayor and Daredevil back as like a realized Daredevil. So season 2 should be amazing off the start, I would hope. They've done all the groundwork, so it's not like that. I'm gonna be very annoyed. I'm gonna go to Marvel headquarters and say, Daredevil-chan, nami daisuki, chocominto, something, anata. To add on to that, this is probably the most like actual gritty, violent, gruesome Marvel MCU like project yet, which I do like. Again, this is the type of Marvel that is my favorite, like the street level fist fighting. One episode I will say, actually I'm just gonna straight say it, I was unpleased with this episode. It was episode 5, and it's basically this bank heist that Matt basically fixes the whole situation, right? Bunch of bank robbers, he uses his wit and abilities to fight them all, save all the hostages. It's cool, right? But this episode could be removed from the season and literally nothing changes. If anything, this episode did a disservice because they had Miss Marvel's father in this episode. So it really just felt like they just wanted a reason to connect it to the overall universe, which I think backfires because at the end of the season, I'm not gonna spoil, but Matt needs some sort of help. He needs help from other people. And this is happening in New York, which has some of the most heroes, I think, in the whole MCU. Where are they? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, if they didn't bring in the other MCU characters, I think it would have been more believable. Like, where are these people? Like, at least for like the average viewer wouldn't be thinking that. That really annoyed me. recommend it? I would. TLDR, best Marvel show in my opinion, but it's heavy carried by the characters because I like the characters. Highly preferential. You know I give my ratings of emotion, not strictly objective analysis, okay? I'm a bit of, I know I do have these insane breakdowns sometimes, but it is mostly based on feeling, all right? And with that being said, Daredevil, Born Again, gets 8 Saxes. 1, 2, 3. 8.3. I am gonna get a better mic for the future videos, so thank you everyone. See ya.